Hello, this is an overview of some abandoned tracks on the CN and CP Fort Whyte Spur in Winnipeg, Manitoba. And we're gonna begin here at the end of the tracks here. As you can see, the rail is cut here. And the other one over here is obviously cut as well. The rails actually did go off a little bit there. There's some more rails over there, but it's not worth it. It's super overgrown and yeah, I don't know. And doesn't go very far, so, and not much to talk about for it. So yeah, so we'll continue on this way. Right off the bat, you can tell it is over here it is very overgrown. And something else you might be able to tell, there's a path here because we are in a place known as Fort Whyte Alive, which is my namesake for the Fort Whyte Spur. I don't think it actually has an official name, the tracks, but I call it the Fort Whyte Spur because of the Fort Whyte Alive. So over here we have a switch, and for another track. The switch is still locked with a Miko top security lock. So yeah, we can't throw the switch at all. And as you can see, the switch was last set to go to the left. Taking a look back here. Oh, can't. That's about as good as we're gonna get, I think. So yeah, we have two sets of tracks to deal with here. And to start, we are going to go to the left. So here we go. So over here, it's not as overgrown as behind me. But that might be because this is not part of a trail or path, whereas the other track was. It's kind of surreal almost walking down here with the curve and the trees and everything. Yeah, not really much to talk about except obviously the rails are quite rusty from many years of no use. Now over here we have a sign of some kind, because there's a path going through here. Small little path going through here. And on here it says, "Lines of life. Did you know railroad right-of-ways provide habitat for wildlife? 2 to 3 years after construction, these 30 to 60 meter, 100 to 200 foot wide strips of land will again be covered by vegetation. Forested areas, like this one, provide homes for songbirds and small animals. Grassy right-of-ways near water offer prime nesting cover for waterfowl. In developed areas, these ribbons of natural habitat provide corridors for animals such as deer to pass safely or a fox to hunt for prey. I got a little steam train with a rabbit and a fox or something. So we'll carry on here. And as we continue on, the overgrowth is starting to come back. So yeah, you can barely see the rails. And over here we have a really old switch with a really old sign here. It is not locked, but it can't be thrown. It is completely stuck. And I think I know why, because it's not in the proper spot. It's supposed to be over here somewhere, but instead it's over here. And it's not bolted down really at all, I think. Yeah, I can just do that, which is, because there's no bolts at all, they've all been taken away. And the switch itself isn't even connected to it. It's not even connected to it. And it looks like the switch is last set to go to the right. Though it's not all the way over, it's kind of stuck in between a little bit. So we'll continue on now. Stupid mosquitoes. Now we come up here to a fence with a big cylindrical covered hopper here. So as you might be able to guess, this is where this track becomes abandoned. These tracks, I'm pretty sure, are active up ahead, based on the fact that there are rail cars here. I'll start going back here and take a look at the other track. Now it doesn't go very far before we get fenced off again, but we can take a little bit of a different look at here, and we can see that there are several cars here lined up. And I don't know if you can see or not, but there's a tiny little locomotive over there. I think it's like a 50 ton or something, 55 ton, but I'm not sure. And I don't even know if you can see it. Yeah, that's very interesting. So yeah, that's all I really have to talk about over here. I guess I'll meet you back over at the switch and we'll look at the other track. Okay, we are now back at the switch. And we will now continue on straight as opposed to going to the left. Now here, as you might be able to tell, we've got sort of a path going between the rails here. And there's not really much to talk about right now. It's just bunch of overgrowth and stuff here. If you want, we can take a quick look over there for the path and some other stuff. A couple people fishing over there. Bench. No bicycle sign there. A little glimpse of the rail there. And I think over here, yeah, the rail here seems to be quite tiny. I'm not sure if it's 85-pound rail or like 65-pound rail or 70-pound rail or something. Now here the path pretty much ends here, and it's just all the way it should be, I think. Got a thing here. Doesn't really give much for the tracks. I'll take a quick look at the map here. Yeah, it doesn't have anything for the tracks or anything, so not really that useful to us. So we will continue on here. So now, instead of having a whole bunch of gravel for a path or whatever, it's just all grass. And bushes, weeds, and you name it. And sorry if the video is a bit shaky too, but I'm constantly having to let go of the camera with one hand to scratch myself and whatever, because there are a lot of bugs and mosquitoes and whatever out here. And this is interesting. We got an abandoned bike and helmet here. No, I'm just kidding. This is my bike and helmet that I've left here so I can do my video stuff here. So without having to worry about the bike, because I don't think anybody's gonna steal it out here. But yeah, let's continue on now. And as you can see, here the overgrowth is getting worse and worse. Lots and lots of bushes and grass, tall grass here. At this point, you can't even really see the rails at all. There's just so much stuff here. A little glimpse of the rail there. And you can see the rail a little bit here now. Not very much though, because there's just too much overgrowth. A little bit of a split or something in the rail there, a bit of damage in the rail. The track curves a bit here. In case you're wondering why I stopped, I thought I might have heard a bell from a train or something, but I'm not sure. Anyways, we are coming up to a fence here, where well, we can't go any further now. I'll just pop the camera through there. Actually, no, I'll pop the camera up here. Yeah. I doubt you can see the rails much at all, but I do believe they continue on somewhere. But yeah, I can't go any further. Anyways, this is my overview of some of the abandoned Fort Whyte spur tracks. Very overgrown in some areas. Yeah, it's quite sad to see tracks like this in this condition. But hey, at least if they're going to abandon a track, they're leaving the rails here, so that's something. But it's still quite sad to see them in this condition. But anyways, I don't really have any more to talk about, so yeah, goodbye.